welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah and I am super excited for this video because I'm taking y'all on spring break with me. I'm excited to do this. No, but really I'm so excited. I'm going home today and I'll be at home for a couple days, and then on Wednesday I'm leaving for New York. I've never been to New York before. I've actually never flown. I haven't really traveled past the few states that surround South Carolina, so I'm really excited to just go somewhere and experience something new, especially somewhere like New York that just seems so big and so cool. And so I'm a little nervous, but I think it's gonna be okay. I'm going with my grandpa and one of my brothers, so we're heading out early on Wednesday and we'll be there until later on Friday. So we're having a short 3 days there, but it's going to be packed with a lot of sightseeing and walking and things to do. So I'm so excited for that. So my goal as far as reading for this week is to read 2 books. I think I'll have plenty of time when I'm not in New York to read. I packed a couple of different books to choose from on break. I have started The Last List of Mabel Beaumont, so my first goal is to finish that up. And then I've also packed Happy Place, Ninth House, and The Last Letter. One of my friends is also going to be in New York this week, and she's the one who gave me The Last Letter to borrow and read, and she really enjoyed it. So I want to read that and maybe give it back to her, at least talk to her about it when I see her again. I'm hoping to see her in New York. I think we're going to try to meet up at some point. So we'll see. But right now I'm going to head home and just spend the next couple of days relaxing at home with my family, reading, seeing my boyfriend, and just not worrying about school, because it has been killing me. So I'm really excited. Okay, see y'all soon. Bye. Okay, hey everybody, so it is Saturday night and I'm back in my childhood bedroom for spring break, and I spent the past couple of days reading The Last List of Mabel Beaumont, and I just finished it today. I've had some time to think about the book and my feelings about it so that I could talk about it. I'll be honest, this was kind of a depressing book at first because it's about a lady in her 80s and her husband passes away, and he loved to write lists, and he leaves one last list that says find D, and she thinks he's talking about her best friend who she hasn't spoken to in 60 years because she randomly moved away, didn't tell the main character why, and they haven't spoken since. And so the book follows her kind of dealing with her grief over losing her husband so suddenly, and also reckoning with the choices she's made throughout her life because she's not really happy with the way things have gone, or things she regrets not saying, and just it focuses a lot on words unspoken and the choices we make in our lives. And so at first it was kind of depressing to read about, but throughout the book she starts meeting these other women who are going through other things in their life, and she can kind of see herself in each of them, and you get kind of a found family from that. So I thought that was very sweet, and seeing the way they helped her to look at her life with a different frame than just seeing the moments that she regretted and things she didn't say and wish she would have was really sweet, and I think it's a book I needed to read at the time. And so I gave it 4 stars. I also was surprised at how much I liked a slice of life book. I didn't think I would enjoy those kind of books. I usually love a high stakes plot. They use the everyday events she does in her life to drive that story, and so you see her dealing with those things through these everyday events, like going to the grocery store or running into neighbors, taking your dog on a walk, things like that. And so it was really sweet to see how those little moments made such a big impact throughout the book. And so I really enjoyed this book, and I also loved the writing. I am obviously American, and I don't know British slang, but this was set in the UK, so there was a lot of like British slang, and I thought it was really cool to see the way they talk, and I felt really like proper reading it. Overall, this is a really good book. I recommend. Now that I've finished this book, I have about 3 days before I leave for New York, and I think I can finish one book during that time. If not, I want to find a book that I can get the ebook or the audiobook for so I can finish it on the plane or while I'm at New York. So I have 3 options. First is Happy Place. I talked a little bit about this in my first video, and I definitely want to read this month. I think this is a good spring break book. However, if you're from the South, you know there are a lot of like tornadoes going on right now. That's happening right now. And I don't really feel like starting a summer happy book in the middle of storms. So I might wait on that. I know it's going to be over in the morning, and I won't even start this book before it starts storming. But for some reason, I'm like, I need to wait for the perfect moment to start this, and that's not right now. The next book I have on my list is Ninth House. My boyfriend bought Hellbent for me over a year ago, I think. We were shopping for books, and I pointed out The Rabbit, and I thought it was really interesting. I had no clue what the book was about, but he got it, and we didn't realize that was the second book in the series. So after searching for so long, I finally found Ninth House, but I haven't found the right time to start it. But I thought spring break could be a good time to just jump in. Also, we both like to read, so I could read this while I'm home with him. So part of me doesn't want to read it right now because I want to wait till I'm back from my trip and spend most of my time reading this with him. So this is an option. I don't think I'll go with it. And the last one that I probably will read is The Last Letter. One of my friends read this book, and she said she really loved it because it reminded her of a book I read that I recommended to her. The book I read was In the Likely Event. I really loved that book. I enjoyed the writing. It was fast-paced, and she said this one was really good and I should give it a read. So she let me borrow it. So I want to get it back to her quick because I feel bad borrowing books from people and then it's taking too long to read them. She is also going to be in New York, so I'm hoping that I can read this before I go, and then if we hang out, I can talk to her about it. So I think I'm going to start on this one. I will update you guys. Okay, hey everybody, so I just got back from getting my nails done for New York. I'm super excited about them. I don't know if the flag has something to do with stars or why, but when I was looking on Pinterest at nails for New York, all of them had stars. So I'm guessing that's just a New York thing maybe. And so I'm all ready for that. I also went to Target and got some stuff for my trip, and the outfit that I bought for New York came in, so I wanted to give y'all a little haul. I've never flown before, as I think I've mentioned, and I didn't really know what to expect as far as the airport and packing, but I know that you can only have like 3 ounces when it's your liquids. So instead of me buying bottles or worrying about having the size is too big, I just bought a bunch of tiny stuff. Like, look how cute. The little hairspray and dry shampoo and toothbrush and toothpaste, and like it's all just so tiny and I love it. So I got a bunch of that stuff. I'm sure I forgot something and I'll remember what it is I forgot after it's too late, but that was what we were going to Target for. We did not go to Target to buy a bunch of clothes, but that did happen also. And so like I said, I'm student teaching and I need more teacher outfits. So the first thing I got were some pants because I wear the same like 2 pairs of jeans every day, and if I decide to feel fancy, I dress up with the same dress, and so I need more stuff. So I got these cute wide leg striped pants. I thought they were really nice for like spring and summer coming up, and I think the color is really cute. It's not just white, but it's like the cream, and I really love that. And I like the striped. I don't have any fun pants. Mine are all either like plain jeans or just white or just black, so I'm excited about that. I tried on some that were the same shape or the same style as these, but they were pink or peach, and I really liked those, but they didn't have my size, and the only size they had was a little big, and the pants were so wide that they made me look so short. It was actually really funny. I was kind of sad about it, but these are perfect also. And then I bought a t-shirt because I only ever wear like sweaters right now because I don't have any nice t-shirts to wear to placement, but with it getting warmer, I want to start wearing t-shirts with my like nice jeans. So I got this cute shirt. I love the beach and I love seashells, and so I thought that would look cute with, originally I thought they'd look cute with the pink pants, but I could see myself wearing these just with my jeans or some other color if I find it. And then I also was thinking about, it's really cold in my classroom pretty much every day regardless of the weather outside, but it is starting to get too warm to wear sweaters all the time, and I don't have any just long sleeve, so I got this long sleeve shirt. It's very light, but I really like the red. I don't have many red clothes, and I tend to stick with like blues or darker neutral colors, but I really like the red. I think it's bright. I can wear it also in the summer if it's like cooler or at the beach or something, and it goes with my blue jeans. I have white pants, black pants. I think it goes with pretty much everything. So I got this. It looks the exact same, but I promise it's slightly different. I don't have any comfortable dresses to wear. I just have like 1 or 2 nice dresses that I have to wear with a jacket or like specific clothes because they're a little odd. But I got this like long, comfy, stretchy dress, and again I like the red and white stripe. I don't have many red clothes, so it's just an extra thing I can wear to placement, and it's more comfortable. So like if I want to look like I'm dressing up a little more, I can wear this with a jacket or something, and I'm still comfortable though. So that was everything I got at Target. Now, I did so much research for my outfit for New York because I'm really scared I'm going to stand out as a Southerner, because I tend to have the style of a Southerner, and like I don't really know how that differs, but I can just feel that they're going to be able to spot me and that they're going to like hate me or something already. So I wanted to blend in. I also wanted to get some cute pictures that everybody seems to get in New York, and I wanted the outfits to match. So everything said to go with like dark or neutral colors if you couldn't like figure out what to wear. But I also saw a lot of navy, and going with my nails, I decided to get a navy sweater. So I think this is navy, yeah. Anyway, this is the sweater I got. It is supposed to be cold while I'm there, and by cold I mean the 50s, but 50s in New York I think is cold for me as a Southerner, and I can't handle cold well. So I tried to get things that looked trendy and just looked light even if they were heavy, so I didn't look like I had 5 layers of everything on, even though I will. So I have this blue sweater. It's really thick actually, and I think this will be warm. But I also got this brown leather jacket that I'm super excited about. It's really cute, it's warm, and I think this will look kind of New Yorkish, or I won't look as touristy, or maybe I will. I don't know, it's too late though. I already bought it and it's cute and I like it. So my plan is, if it's warm, I just wear the sweater and the jacket. If it's cold, I'm gonna throw on a long sleeve shirt under the sweater and the jacket to help heaten things up a little bit. I also bought a pair of pants that are supposed to come here tomorrow. They're just plain jeans that are straight leg, and they don't have holes in them because I don't know if you can see. I should not be doing this. These are the only jeans I have, and they just have really big holes in them, and I know that if it's cold I'm gonna want to wear tights under my jeans, but I feel like I look silly if I wear tights under jeans that have holes in them. So I bought a pair of straight leg jeans that fit the way that these do, because these are my favorite pairs, but they don't have holes, so I can wear tights under them if I'm cold also. I haven't figured out if it's actually going to be cold, or if with all the walking we're doing I'm going to get hot and then I'm going to be overdressed and have to carry around my jacket or deal with sweating. So we'll see, and I will update y'all. But that is my Target, Amazon, and nail haul. So I will update y'all with reading soon. That's it. Okay, bye. Hello everybody, so it is Monday night and I wanted to give an update on my reading. The last time I talked to you about the books I was reading, I was trying to pick my next one and I decided on The Last Letter. And I did start it. I am 68 pages in and I'm really liking it so far. It feels a lot like the other book I read by this author, and I enjoyed that book and it was nice to speed through, but it doesn't feel quite the same. I don't know if it's because I already experienced this story in another one of her books, but I'm open to see how it goes. It's been nothing but sad and depressing circumstances for the first 68 pages, so we'll see if that gets better. I know the main girl just met the main guy or whatever, and he's put himself in a situation that is incredibly frustrating, and I know it's going to end up being really bad and he's gonna regret it, but I'm excited to see that happen. So I'm gonna try to read a little bit tonight. I spent today with a friend I haven't seen since I've been at school, and then I hung out with my boyfriend, so I haven't had any time to read today. So I'm gonna try to spend the next little bit reading before I go to bed, and I will update you soon. I only have one more day to read this book before New York, if I'm gonna finish it in time. It's not looking like it's gonna happen, and we might be taking this with us, but we'll see. I will update y'all. Okay, it is Tuesday morning, and I wanted to give an update. Last night, when I gave my update, I said I was going to try to read some more before bed. I got maybe one chapter in, and got distracted and decided to go to sleep. So, didn't get much done last night. This morning, I woke up early, and I came out here and read, and watched some of the birds. They're really pretty. There's one over there, sitting in the sun, and so cute. Anyway, I got up early, came outside to read and sit with the birds, and I got a couple chapters in. I'm now on page 125, and I realized that if I want to get the amount of sleep I think I need to have a full day in New York tomorrow, and with me getting up at 2:30 tomorrow, I need to be asleep by 5:30 tonight. That's not going to happen. My goal is to take some Benadryl and go to sleep at 8. That way I can at least get like 6 hours of sleep, maybe. But I think I am going to try to read a lot of this today and tonight, because I think that'll help me fall asleep. And my goal of finishing this book before leaving for New York is not happening, so I decided I'm just going to take it and try to finish it by the time I come back. So I'll read this in the airport, on the plane, and maybe try to read a little before bed while we're there. But my goal now is to finish this by Friday night or Saturday morning. So we'll see if I can get more read today. I wasn't really feeling like reading last night or this morning, but the story's picking up a little more, so I think I can maybe get into it and get some stuff read. So we'll see. Okay, it is Tuesday night. I just finished curling my hair, so excuse how I look. I wanted to go ahead and curl my hair tonight so that I don't have to wake up early to do that tomorrow and waste a little more time getting ready. So if these curls turn out bad tomorrow, that is everyone who sees me's problem. It's not my problem anymore. But I wanted to give a little book update. So I got to page 186 today. I spent a lot of time outside reading, trying to get through it, and it's definitely picked up. I'm a lot more interested in the story, and I want to read it now. So I think this is a good place to be at in the story for me to about have a lot of time to sit and read. Speaking of having a lot of time to read, I think I underestimated how much time I'm going to be sitting and having nothing to do. But I also think I'm underestimating how tired I might be. My original plan was that I'm not going to sleep in the airport, in the car ride, in the plane ride. But if I'm getting up at 2:30 a.m. and it is 8:15 right now, I think I'm going to be really tired. So I think I am going to take time to sleep somewhere. So I won't have as much time to read. But with me being halfway through now and me being interested in the story, I don't think it's going to be a problem of me finishing the story before I come back. So I'm only going to take this one book so that I don't take up a lot of space also. But I'm going to go to bed, and by the time I see you again, it'll be 2:30, and I'll be heading to New York. So, good night. Good morning. Okay, everybody, it is the Okay, everybody, it is finally the end of our first day in New York. It's finally the end of our first day in New York. It's really fun, but I'm really tired. I've been up since 2:30. I didn't nap or do anything, so I'm ready for the bed. But I wanted to give you a recap of today. So, we started off, woke up, went to the airport. I read like maybe a chapter while I was there. I was too nervous to read on the plane, so I didn't read any of them. And then we came straight to our hotel, dropped the bags off, then went to Times Square. We got lunch at 10 a.m., so not really lunch. And then went to the museum, and then Central Park, and then back to our hotel for a little bit, then dinner, then Times Square again, then Broadway, Times Square again, and we just got back and we're going to bed. So I did read a little bit during our break when we came back here, and it's going pretty good. I'll have to update you when I can think on it more, but not terrible, so we'll see.
It's like Lego Marvel superhero.
Alright, so it is Sunday afternoon. I went to church this morning and had lunch, and I'm back home now. I'm about to pack up to head back to Clemson. Unfortunately, spring break has come to an end. But I realized I never gave an update on the last 2 days of my New York trip or my update on this book. So for New York, let's see, day 1 I went over. Day 2, we did a lot of sightseeing. We started off with the Statue of Liberty, then we went and saw the Oculus 9/11 Memorial, walked around the Financial District. Then we also went to 5th Avenue that night and just kind of walked around and saw a bunch of different stuff. I also met up with my friend who is the one who gave me this book, and we saw each other and went shopping a little bit. We got matching earrings, or we got a matching pack of earrings. These are one of the pairs on there. And it was really nice to see her and talk to her for a minute. And then that was pretty much it for Thursday. A lot of walking around, but it was good. It was a little calmer than the first day because we didn't have as much stuff we had to see. And then as far as reading goes, we went back to the hotel for about an hour and I read a little bit. I didn't read too much, while I was in New York, I got maybe 50 pages in over those 3 days. So, like, while I did read some, there wasn't much of an update plot-wise, or as far as my feelings on the book went. But then, Friday, we woke up, and I don't know where we started off, but we ended up going to... Oh, Friday, we went to Grand Central Station, then Penn Station, saw Madison Square Garden, walked around there for a little bit, and then we stopped by Chick-fil-A to eat, which I was so happy to be at because I didn't realize most of the places up there didn't have Dr. Pepper. Oh, I thought that bee was in my car. And I love Dr. Pepper, so I needed that. Also, I desperately missed hospitality, like Southern hospitality, and just the atmosphere in Chick-fil-A made me feel at home, and I really appreciated that. So we ate there. Then we ended up going to Brooklyn later in the afternoon and ate at Cane's and then walked over the Brooklyn Bridge. I loved that. That was one of my favorite parts, is seeing the city over the bridge, and it was really cool and really pretty. And then we walked back. Oh, we also rode up to Yankee Stadium. Saw that, but we didn't really get to see inside, and I'm not a big baseball person when it comes to like professional baseball, so I didn't care as much, but it was still cool to see. And then we went back to the hotel, walked through Times Square to buy some last minute gifts for our family, and then went to the airport. While we were waiting at the airport, I did get a couple chapters read. Then we got on the plane and came home. For some reason, the plane ride the second time was way scarier. We got here at like 1:30 a.m. Friday night, Saturday morning, and I was so tired I just went straight to sleep. I didn't take my makeup off. I threw my contacts in the trash instead of putting them in the little case because I didn't want to deal with that. And I went to bed, and I didn't set my alarm, because a lot of times if I set my alarm, I'll wake up before that alarm, and I knew I needed sleep after walking 30 miles in 3 days. So I was like, I'll just go to sleep and wake up whenever. And then I woke up and I could feel that I'd slept late, and I was like, oh, it's probably 10 or 11. I slept later than I wanted to, and I looked at my clock and it was 1 in the afternoon. I slept for about 11 and a half hours straight. And then I was tired all of yesterday for all of the like 7 hours that I was awake, and slept last night, woke up for church this morning. But during those tired hours yesterday that I had, I finished the book, and it was very good. I will say, when I first started it, I always get kind of annoyed with the whole did a bad thing, so I'm a bad person, and bad things follow me everywhere kind of trope. But I think the character growth in this book helped me to look past that and still enjoy the story and enjoy the characters. So while that was frustrating, it wasn't really hard for me to get over. I also didn't think that what the 6, 7, 8-year-olds were saying felt like something a 6, 7, or 8-year-old would say. Some of it was really dramatic, and it made me almost cringe a little bit. Not really cringe. It was just really dramatic, and didn't like. My brother is 8 years old, and I couldn't picture him saying some of the stuff they said or using some of the vocabulary and logic. So that took me out of the story a little bit. But the emotions were riding high the whole time, and the last couple of chapters I actually did like cry through, I'm sure you could see. And overall, I really enjoyed the book. I don't think those few things that bothered me took away from the story, and I definitely would recommend. I will say I would read this at a time that you're emotionally stable enough to deal with traumatic events. Do kind of wish I would have read this earlier in my spring break and not have ended break on this, because I did have to watch like Brooklyn Nine-Nine and some funny shows last night before I went to bed, because this just messed me up. But I gave it 4 stars, and I definitely would recommend. That was my second book of spring break. I think I did hit my goal. I wanted to read 2 books, and I did that. So I'm happy. I also have a book haul to show you when I get back to Clemson. But yeah, so we're gonna drive back there, and I will wrap the video up later. So. Okay, everybody, I am officially back in Clemson, and spring break is now over. I have about 1 more hour left to relax and maybe read a little bit before I go to bed and start back at school tomorrow. So for this week, the first book I read was The Last List of Mabel Beaumont. I gave that one 4 stars. And then the second book I read was The Last Letter. I also gave that one 4 stars. These both were pretty sad books for them to be read over spring break, but I got through them and I honestly enjoyed myself reading them. They were great books. They kept me entertained, and I consider it a job well done. I did want to give a little bit of a New York haul. I bought my boyfriend a shirt at the NBA store, and I also bought us a Lego set of the New York skyline that we can put together. And then I also got a sweatshirt at the Statue of Liberty that I was wearing on the third day. It's really soft and really nice. And then I got these 3 books. So the first one I bought at the Chelsea Market, and it was this little bookstore that was so cool. It had a lot of cool little like trinkets and things that weren't actually books, and I love looking at stuff like that in bookstores because they're just so cute and I want them all. But they also had a lot of good books, and so I got this book called The Book Eaters. It's about this like ancient clan of people who, instead of eating food, they eat books, and whatever they eat, they retain that knowledge. And so it talks about how like spy novels are a spicy food and romance are sweet and delicious, and then they make misbehaving children eat dry, musty dictionary pages as punishment. But this girl has a son who has a rare and dark hunger for not books but human minds. So this sounded really good, and like it would be a cool concept. And it looks like at the beginning of every chapter they have like an excerpt from a story, I guess, that somebody is eating. And so this just seemed really cool, and I was really intrigued by it, so I got this. And then I have been looking for the rest of the selection series everywhere, and by everywhere I mean like Target and maybe one of the Barnes & Nobles I went to, and I couldn't find it. But the one in New York had all of the books, so I went ahead and bought Happily Ever After, which are the little novellas, I think. I have The Guard, The Prince, The Queen, and The Favorite, and then it also has some extra scenes from the selection and some bonus stuff all in one book, and I thought it was really cool. They have illustrations on the pages, and I love that kind of stuff. Like, that is so cool. So I got this because I'm really missing this series and the characters, and I've never missed book characters as much as I have these, and I just want to go back to the series. So I bought these. Then I did pick up the next one, which is The Heir, and it's about, I don't know if that's a spoiler or not. It was a spoiler for me when I saw who it was about. Skip the next couple seconds if you don't want to be spoiled. Her daughter. And I've been a little nervous about going into a new set of characters just because I love the characters in the other book, but I do think the writing is what makes me love these characters so much. And so even if it's different characters, it's the same author and same story pretty much. So I'm really excited, and I love The Bachelor and The Bachelorette. Specifically The Bachelorette more because the men are a lot more dramatic than the women seem to be, and I would love to experience that in this book. So I got this. I think I'm gonna read this next, then maybe go ahead and jump into this. I might wait on this one until I have the other book, but I definitely want to read this soon because it's such short stories all in one. I think I'll finish it really quick, but I can't wait to go back to these characters. And then we'll get to my other March TBR maybe in April. We might be pushing some of these books back again because I need to read that. Overall, this was a very successful last spring break. I'm acting like I'm not going into teaching and we'll have a spring break every single year after, but it still feels sentimental that this is my last college spring break, and it could not have been better. I had such a great time both on my trips and being with my friends and family, and also in my reading, and I can't wait to read these new books that I have. So thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, recommend me books, videos, whatever, but I will see you somewhere else.